Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss about HTML form. And as we know that in web page, form is a very important part which we have to fill. So in this lecture, we are going to discuss about how to create a form in HTML. So let's start. First of all, an HTML form is used to collect user input, and the user input is most often sent to a server for processing. So form is used to collect user input in different forms, in different types of formats, and this user input is sent to server for further processing. And second point is an HTML form is a HTML form is a section of a document which contain controls such as text field, password fields, checkbox, ready buttons, submit button, and menus. And in this lecture we will discuss about how to create text box, how to create password box, checkbox, this type of controls can be used in a form. And third point regarding to a HTML form, an HTML form facilitates the user to enter data that is to be sent to the server for processing, such as a name, email address, password, phone number. So this type of information we can fill using form. So this is the use of form, and without form we are not able to send data to the server regarding to the user input. So now let us consider about the different forms elements. First of all, I think all of you are familiar to the concept of the HTML form. HTML form is used to collect the user input first of all, and this user input is often sent to the server for processing. Second thing, and third important thing, that HTML form is a section of document, and this section of document contain different text field, password field, checkbox, etc. Now that is the syntax of the form. You can easily see on the screen. First of all, to create a form, there is a tag name form, and there is a container tag. You can easily see that. So open tag is there, also close tag is also there, and within this container tag we just write different forms elements regarding to that. And these forms elements contain text fields, checkboxes, radio buttons, submit button, etc. So these are the different forms elements, and we will study them one by one. So this is the syntax of the form, to how to create a form in HTML. So form tag is used for that purpose. First of all, just write form, and it is an open tag. Just write open tag for that form, and just after just write form element, and after that close tag should be written because it is a container tag. So HTML input element. What are input element? First of all, the input element is a fundamental form elements, and it is used to create HTML input element is a fundamental form element. So it is used to create form fields to make input from user, and we can apply different input field to gather different information from user. And there is a small example to show the simple text input. So input element is very important. You can easily see that here we just write the program from body tag. So focus is on basically focus is on form tag basically. So we just write body, after that form. If you want to execute this program, just write HTML head and other title tag also. So first of all body tag, after that form tag, and there is a message enter your name. After that br tag is there, and as you know that br is a empty tag. So and it is used to break a line. Next line, and after that input element is there, and this input element contain type means what is the type of the data which user can enter, and in this we can easily see that text is there, and name is username. Okay, so that is a simple format of a form, and after then form text should be closed, and then after that, just after that, body tag. You can avoid name is equal to username, but without this you cannot able to send it to the server. So always remember that program will be executed, no doubt about it, but without mentioning name you are not able to send data. So first of all, just execute this program and let us see what is the output of this program. So there is a program already written here. I just make some changes here to save our time, and HTML head, title, these are already given, so we just write after that. So main part of the program begins from body tag. So that is our program, and let us execute this program and check what is the output of this. Actually there is a text box after the execution of that program, single line text box in which we can enter our name. So save the program first, then save as, give the same name as the name of the text file. So we just give the name of the file P, because P is the name of the text file also, and name of the program is now p.html. HTML is the extension of that file. Both files are on desktop. Now just execute this program. You can easily see here, this is the output, this is our output. In this we can fill any text, you can write a name. So this program basically shows the functionality of input. So form tag is, within form tag you must write input element, within form element you should write input element, and within input element you have to mention type. Your type is text. So let us discuss different types one by one. First of all, HTML text with control, which we already do in this program. So the type is equal to text attribute. Type is equal to text attribute of input tag creates text fields. Control, also known as single line text field control. It is a single line text field control. And the name attribute is optional, as I told you earlier, but it is required for the server side components such as JSP, ASP and PHP, JavaScript page, Active Server page and PHP. So it is required for that. So this is the program. Start from form, then after just first name, and then input type is equal to text, name is equal to first name, then after just br tag is there, then last name, another text field, single line text field. So there are two text fields, first name and last name, in this program. You can easily see that. So let us try to execute this program first of all. This is our program, and name of the text fields are first name and last name, because these are given just after the form and before input tag. So just save as, don't need to save this program because it is already saved. Just refresh the web page and you can able to get the output. Yes, this is our output. First name and last name, these are the two different text boxes here, single line text box here. And it is because within HTML, within input element, we just write type is equal to text, and name of the text are given just after the form, as you can see on the screen. First name, and after the first input element we just give br tag to break a line, and then name of the second element, second name, last name, sorry, last name, that will give you a last name. If you don't use br tag here, then first name and last name both are appear in the same line. And you can avoid this name is equal to first name. As I told you earlier, it is an optional attribute, and it is required for server side components such as JSP, ASP or PHP. So if you just write first name is equal to input type text, that is sufficient, and program is still in this case will be executed. And you can fill these fields just as I give that as I give here first name Praveen and last name Singh here. So you can type your name, first name and last name here, but we cannot able to submit this form now. For that purpose, there is another attribute which will be discussed later on. So if we will omit name attribute, okay, then the text field input will not be submitted to server. Always remember that we just use here name attribute, and if we omit or we don't, because it is optional, and if we don't write name attribute, then the text field input will not be submitted to server. Remember that. Next is a text area. Now there is a one question which is raised in our mind, that is it possible to change the size of the text area? Yes, it is possible. Actually, using simple text attribute, type is equal to text, we are able to write a text in a single line. But you want to increase the area, text area, then for that purpose you can use text area tag. So the text area is used for that purpose, and there is a small program here which shows the functionality of text area. And with text area we can specify rows and columns also. So it is up to you that how many rows and columns you declared in that program. According to that, text area will be provided to you, and you can also use CSS property for that purpose. So this is a small program here to show the functionality of the text area. You can use only one thing here. So just write text area tag for text area tag to declare text area, and you can easily see here text area is a tag, name of tag, and in which we can define two different attribute, rows and columns. And it is up to you that how many rows and columns you define. According to that, text area will be there in your HTML program, HTML web page. So here you can easily see that it is an attribute text area. When we declared a text in previous question, single line text, then that is a attribute. So we just write type is equal to text in that case. But text area is an text area is a tag here. So rows and columns are two different attribute of text area. So we just declare rows is equal to 2 and columns is equal to 20. So 2 rows and 20 columns area will be displayed when we execute this program. and there is a message regarding to the text area, that is enter your address, and after that just a line break, so text area will be displayed in the next line. So I think now you are able to understand the concept of text area. So let us try to execute this program, execute this program, and let us see what happens after the execution of this program. Always remember that text, basically when you just declare type is equal to text, that basically gives you a single line text area, but for declare more than one line text area, you should use text area tag with rows and calls attribute. So this is our program here, and just save the program, just refresh the web page, and you can easily see that this is our text area, which is much more larger than the previous one, means simple text, which is a single line. So you can write anything within this text area. You can write your address, as I just write 39 GTC Varanasi. So if you can write this address in 2 lines, it is also possible. You can write your pin code, whatever it is. And if you want to increase the text area, then it is also possible by changing the values of rows and calls attribute. For example, if we just take rows is equal to let us take 6 3 times as compared to the previous one. So 6 rows will be there, or area is 6 times greater than the previous one as compared to row. 2 is there, okay, just write 6. Save the program first, then refresh the web page. Now you can easily see that text area increase in terms of number of rows. But if you want to increase the text area in terms of number of columns, it is also possible. So let us make a change here. Calls is equal to 60. So now in terms of column, area will be 3 times larger than the previous one. You can easily see here. So that is the concept of text area. Always remember the text area is a tag here. While declaring a single line text, we use the attribute type is equal to text. In input tag. Next topic is label tag. So what is the label tag in forms? It is considered better to have label in the forms, first of all, as it makes the code parser browser user friendly. So to make browser user friendly, you should use label tag first of all, and it is not mandatory, it is optional. And if you click on the label tag, it will focus on the text control. To do so, you need to have for attribute in label tag that must be same as id attribute of input tag. That is very important point. Okay, so there is a for attribute in label tag, and that is same as the id attribute of input tag. Always remember that these two must be same, id attribute of input tag and the for attribute of label tag. And why we use label tag? Because we want to make browser more user friendly, and this is optional. Without this you can also create your form. Here you can see on the screen there is an important point written here. It is good to use label tag with form, although it is optional, but if you will use it, then it will provide a focus when you tap or click on a label tag, and it is more worthy with touch screens. That's why we use label tag here. And this is more program which shows the functionality of label tag. Label tag should be defined within the form tag, because these are all are the part of the form. So first of all, form tag is there. You can easily see on the screen that is a small program, and now that after label, and for is the attribute, as I just told you earlier that for is the attribute of label tag, and this you can see that for first name is given here, and for first name, label name is first name, in which F is in capital letter, N is in capital letter, and after that is colon sign here, and just after that close the label tag, and simple line break statement is here. After that if you want to use input tag, so input tag is there. Input type is equal to text, so single line text statement will be there in a form. So input type is equal to text, and id is an attribute, and I just told you earlier that value of the id attribute of input tag must be same as that of the value of the for attribute of label tag, and in this case you can easily see that both are same as first name. And this is repeated for second case also, where label is equal to for is equal to last name here, and in second line you can see, which is marked with a green pen, input type text id name, id is equal to last name, and name of the last name is, and name is equal to last name. So this is a program here. First of all, always remember that label is an optional tag, but if you will use it, then it will provide a focus when you tap or click on the label tag. Second thing is, whatever be the value of the for attribute within the label tag, it is same as that of the id, it is same as that of the it is same as the value of the id attribute in input tag. Okay, so you can easily see here there are two text lines here. First one is name as a first name, and second one name as a last name. So let us try to execute this program, and one thing should be remembered, that name is equal to first name and name is equal to last name is also given, which is also optional, and you can, if you don't write this program, still will execute it, but you cannot send, you are not in a position to send this information to the server. So use name attribute also within the input tag. So let us try to execute this program. Let us see what happens after the execution of this program. So we know that there are two input text there, and name of these text boxes are, single line text boxes are first name and last name. So this is our program. Just copy the program from here and paste here. You can write your program in Notepad. I just perform copy and paste operation to save your time, and just execute this program. Refresh the web page, your program will be executed. In that case, you can easily see that after last name there is no line break here, name is still there, This is the previous data, you can delete it. So if you want to make second text box in another line, just give BR statement just after that of label, declaration of label. Okay, so as we know that BR is a empty tag, so just write BR tag just after that. Now save the program. Now just try to execute this program. You can easily get the output. Now this is the output, first name, last name. These are the two different text box, single and text box here, in which you can fill your information regarding to your name, first name and last name. Okay, this is first name, name of the text box, and that is last name, name of the second text box. There is a single and text box here, so don't be confused with the text box attribute here. We want to make a text box more than one line, then for that purpose there is a tag named text box. So BR tag is very important when you want to print different statement in different line. So always put BR tag for that purpose. Next is HTML password. HTML password control. I think all of you are very familiar to the password control. The password is not visible to the user first of all in password field control. So we just use type is equal to password in place of type is equal to text, and rest all things are same. And in this you can see that here we just use only one change. Password is there in place of text, and name of the label is also changed. Password is the name of the password is now name of the field. So password will be created, and we just write name attribute, name is equal to password. It is optional. Save the program, and you can easily see that refresh the web page. Okay, and in this you can write anything which the characters are not shown on a screen because it is a password. That is a property of the password, because password is not visible to the user in password field control. So password field control, we use password field control. Want to implement password field control, we just write type is equal to password. And as I told you that value of ID attribute and for attribute must be same. So for is equal to password here, and ID is equal to password in input tag, and for is equal to password in label tag, and name of the field is password, which is visible here. You can easily see that. So these are the some fields related to form which we discussed in this video. Even next video we will discuss some more fields regarding to forms. I hope now you are able to understand these terms and how to create a form in a HTML web page. I think you are now able to create text box, password field, and text, simple one-liner text in a program So thanks for watching this video.